Hello, everyone. So I've heard some comments. I've gotten some feedback that I need to go ahead and put my face in the videos and stuff like that. And I think I will. Maybe I'll try that when I record next. But I'm trying to relax and I tweaked my back. Haven't been feeling great. But I'm definitely going to try to do that next time. But I'm just pulling 2 cards right now, and I do have some advice from your guides. Just one, keeping it even more simple. I keep trying to simplify, but this is just practice from what I've learned and continue to learn in tarot. So I'm trying to put the cards together like as if they're one scene, so it's not the easiest thing to do. But we'll see how it goes. In this case, I ask, why is it happening? And when I say, why is it happening? Why is this happening? That can be for whatever you're thinking. If you're tuning in, whatever situation is, why is it happening? So this is the why. I like to leave it open like that. Last one, I think I did what is happening. Now it's like, why is it happening? So let's see what I can get out of this. 10 of Wands and 6 of Wands. We've got both Wands here. So it looks like we need to focus on Wands, the creativity and the intuition. It's always intuition. So it's kind of interesting. The 10 of Wands, this guy he's facing the past too. He's looking this way, which is the past. They both are. I think that's interesting. I think someone here might be recognizing that they're dwelling on the past. And I think that whatever situation is happening to you has to do with your relationships. I don't mean romantically necessarily, but it could be. But for the most part, this could be with friends, family, people that you're close with. And I feel like maybe, there's always an ebb and flow to relationships. Some people just get along, but every once in a while you have you have an argument or something will come up that kind of you disagree on and you don't like the tension of it. But, if you got a solid relationship, then you're going to be fine. Like, if 2 people really love and care about each other and they like spending time together and hanging out, they're going to continue to do that. They're going to be like, hey, man, sorry, we disagreed. But, it's cool that some people can just disagree and still make the relationship work. You can still be friends with people, and that's the beauty of it. I always say, if we were all the same, it would be really boring. So it's good to have differences with people. That's what makes them unique, and that's what kind of makes them endearing to you and you to them. So with the 10 of Wands, he's dwelling on something in the past, and it's quite the burden. Look at the size of this pack on him. And this is a tall dude. Looks like he can handle a lot, but I can't imagine, how heavy that is on his back. And he seems like he's an older man, so it would be quite the weight. And so he's dealing with a lot right now. So with this, he's got all these steps to climb up, to carry this, if this is stuff he needs. It looks like he's got firewood and stuff in there, and who knows, what it is. But the great thing the beauty of it is that he needs that burden in this case. I picture him, taking this off and, carrying some of that wood in to keep the fire going. That keeps him warm, because he's obviously wearing, the clothes and stuff kind of give me the idea that it looks foggy and stuff too. So it's probably morning. It's probably crisp and cold if it's fall-like. And he looks like he lives at a higher elevation in the mountains, in a nice cabin or something. So he's probably pretty chilly up there because higher elevations tend to be cooler. So that burden that he has, it may be a burden to carry it, but it's going to keep him warm. So I think he's looking back and maybe, how do I describe this? When I look back on things, it can be uncomfortable to realize, the arguments you've had with friends and stuff and it always does change things a little bit, because it's the first time that you're real with each other. When you have an argument and you disagree and you're like, oh, I guess we don't have everything in common and things can't be perfect. It ruins the idea of that perfect relationship with your friend, your family, whoever. And so it can be uncomfortable to think about, but at the same time, then you think back to all the nice memories that happened before and after those times. And that's what gives you that warm feeling. Like when he throws the logs on the fire, it's keeping him warm, you know. So these memories, it's kind of funny to say it, just he's staying warm with the memories of how good it is. And I think it's good to remember that, because it's like, yeah, okay, so it's uncomfortable that we have, you know, arguments now and then, but you know what? Look at all the great memories we do have. And those memories, that fire is like the representation of the love that still burns, you know. And this is not romantic, you know, I'm not making it romantic, but love burns for a lot of people, and you just love them. When you know how you love your best friend or your bestie or whatever you want to call them, your bro, you know, you couldn't imagine life having with that one person that you can tell everything to. I mean, you still have differences, and sometimes that does separate people, and it can change friendships and stuff. Something or someone comes along, and then suddenly things are different. I hate when that happens, but it happens. So maybe there's some changes in your friendship, but don't give up on it or anything. Like, use those memories to stay warm. Sometimes those can be nice, because even if you had a fight and you're not talking right now, throw another log of, you know, memory on that fire of love, you know, like just think about the good times, and that, hey, you know, we overcame these last arguments, we'll overcome this one too. Just give it time and space. The Six of Wands is also looking back, and this is about recognition. So maybe this I don't know why I got Six of Wands more than once. It's weird. It's been coming out a lot. Maybe that's a message for me. But the Six of Wands is telling you that you need to recognize that things are going to be okay. That even if you have an argument, or if there's an uncomfortable moment, or things are awkward, or, you know, it's never easy going, oh, I'm sorry. Nobody wants to say they're sorry. You don't want to hug it out, or, you know, but it does feel good when you hug it out, or it feels good when you get an apology, or when you're like, hey, you know, I'm sorry about this or that, you know. It feels good when you make up and you're like, oh, we're besties again. Like, you never stopped being besties, okay? So just know that. You never stopped being friends. That love is always there. But whether it's friends or family, like, hey, it'll work out. It'll be fine. You might just be hyper-focused on it because, you know, it's different when you want to call somebody, or you want to text or talk to somebody. You're like, oh, wait, we're fighting. I can't, you know. It drives you nuts. But you know what? You're friends. If you want to reach out, reach out. They don't want to talk and they're not ready, don't push it. But don't push it. But always show the love. Like, hey, I'm here when you want to talk. You know, you're my friend always. You know, if you have to say something at all. If not, just give them space. They'll come around. But don't be too stubborn about, I'm not coming around first, or I'm not, you know, your friendship is more important than that. Your family, you know, whatever relationship this is way more important than your stubbornness. So please keep that in mind, because all of this is looking at the past. You're looking at the past and looking at how long you've been friends and going, you know what? This friendship is very important. We're going to keep it going. And you know what? It'll turn around. We'll both be looking towards the future soon. So no worries. With that in mind, it's funny your guides say this, because speaking of relationships, your guides say friendships are hard. Cherish those you love despite the differences. True friends overcome and adapt in life. Boom. There you go. I don't need to say anything else. You know what? But whatever this is, all storms pass, okay? It won't rain forever. And good luck, okay? Good luck with your friendships, relationships out there going through a little bit of struggle. It will be okay. Until next time, guys.